Hello Commanders and welcome in Meliodas Gaming in a new Conflict of Nations video, and today we are going to do a ranking of top 10 nations in the Rising Tides game mode. I'm going to speak a little bit about this game mode. The map of Rising Tides is in the near future where the global warming has eaten up the map. He changed the geography of the world map as a lot of great nations has divided into micronations and a lot of other small nations has vanished. Also, in this map, you are going to suffer from the lack of resources because after the global warming, the first problem of the humanity is going to be the lack of the natural resources. So in this game mode, we are going to try to gather the victory sites, which every victory site is worth of 501 points, and we are going to aim to win this game and gather the required points for this game. But if you need and if you want to have a solo win, you need to choose well your nation to start with this game, because there are 100 playable nations in this game mode and you need to choose carefully the nations you are playing with for more chances for a solo win. In another video I'm going to make a coalition ranking, but in this one I'm going to make top 10 nations for solo win in the Rising Tides mode. So let's start our ranking from the position of 10. In 10th position I'm going to choose Norway. Yes, in my 10th position, I choose Norway for its beautiful position in the north of the Scandinavian Empire. And of course, there is a victory site close by which is very important. The Heta victory site, which is worth of 501, and it is a rare materials victory site. If you take it, your rare materials production will be boosted up, and of course you will have 501 points in the general ranking, and you will be the first nation in the game. Also, Norway have no one in its north, so it's going to focus all of its forces on Sweden, his neighbor, and of course, if you are smart enough, you will take down Sweden quickly, and of course, you will start your campaign by uniting the Scandinavian nations under one flag, which is the Norwegian flag. With 5 nations, Norway has made it to my top 10 nations in this ranking, of course. And in my 9th position, it's going to be South Africa. Of course, South Africa have a very beautiful strategical position in the far south of the African continent. Of course, I like far cities and far nations. Of course, if you see my previous ranking of the nations in the normal maps, in the overkill maps, and also the Playground USA maps, you will realize that I'm a fan of far away nations, because you will not have a lot of enemies close by, and of course you will only focus your front in one single side. Because here with South Africa you don't have nobody up your south, so here you have only 2 enemies. It's going to be Mozambique and Namibia, and if you are smart enough you will make some diplomacies with Mozambique or Namibia to make one of them your ally or your friend or something, and later on you will focus all of your forces on the other side. Let's say you are going to speak with Mozambique, you are telling him yes, we are friends, blah blah blah, and you focus all of your first units the game is going to give you, focus them all on Namibia. If you manage successfully to take down Namibia, you start making some navy, and of course you start roaming the seas here and upgrading your South African nation, going all the way north. You have nothing in the south. That's the good thing about South Africa, and that's why South Africa has made it to my top 10 ranking. Let's go now to the 8th position. Okay, my 8th position, I'm going to choose the United Kingdom. Of course, the United Kingdom with 6 cities in the Rising Tides map, with the Manchester complex, it has made it to my top 10 nations. Why? Because here we have the small neighbor, which is Ireland, which is going to be an easy target for 5 cities. It's going to be 5 free cities there we are going to take to boost up our resources, to boost up our economy production, and furthermore, your closest enemies are going to be Norway, France, and Germany. This is where the threat is going to come to you, but instead of that, Norway is going always to be engaged in a war against Sweden. And here look at the Sion victory site in the center of Switzerland. A lot of nations, they are going to battle over this victory site. We are going to mention Germany, Austria, Italy, and of course France. Everyone is going to be busy over this victory site, which is going to give the United Kingdom the time to eliminate Ireland and take down all of his cities, and of course prepare some navy or air force and start going to the center of Europe and destroying everyone from there. This is the good thing about the United Kingdom: good island, big island with 6 cities, good economy, good resources production, and an amazing position in the north of Europe. So United Kingdom has made it to the top 10, 8 nations in this ranking. In the 7th place, I'm going to choose Okay guys, I'm going to reveal it now. My 7th place is going to be the Mekong Cooperation. This is the Mekong Cooperation, a big nation between Vietnam, Thailand, Laos and Cambodia in one big nation here, which is called the Mekong Cooperation, with 6 cities. 2 of them are coastal in a very beautiful position, and of course sided by the victory site of China. This victory site is close by in our side, of course, 501 points, which is going to be very important for our ranking, very important for our resources production. And of course here we have an ally, we have a neighbor, which is going to be Myanmar with also 6 cities. If you will use the geometry of your lands, the nature of your lands, you will successfully take down Myanmar so soon. Why? Because in the beginning of the game you will have, like your enemy, motorized infantries, level 1 motorized infantries. And here all the borders with Myanmar is going to be mountains. You can see here this is a mountain, a mountain, a mountain. Okay, so if you are going to prepare your land unit on the border, this is the only place that Myanmar can attack you from, because this is a river splitting you both. So if Myanmar is trying to take you down, which is going to be imminent and it's going to be inevitable that Myanmar is going to come for you after this victory site, you position your motorized infantries all over the border, because you know that motorized infantries have a penalty of 25% in the mountains. Let's check it here. So this is the mountain attack mode. It's minus 25% penalty on the attack. So if you position your infantries in the mountains, his infantries will have the penalty of 25%, and of course you will be stronger in a defensive position and you will take him down easily. So it's only a matter of patience, it's only a matter of intelligence, and you will easily take down all of the units of Myanmar, and of course you will continue to that victory site and take it. So this is why I chose Mekong Cooperation in my 7th position. In my 6th position in the same area, I'm going to choose Philippines. Philippines always make it to my top 10 nations in every map and every ranking because of its beautiful position and because of all of the coastal cities. I'm a fan of Navy. I love big islands. I love coastal cities. This is why I always aim for the coastal nations, because they give me the ability to produce a very big navy. So here with 6 cities, Philippines, and 2 supply city, we are going quickly to make some corvettes from the beginning of the game, and of course perform a naval blockade on Indonesia. This is in 4 speed maps. The time always matters. You have to start quickly your game, you have to start quickly doing the research and mobilizing your armies. This is why we need to make the corvette sooner than Indonesia and bombard his coastal cities, and especially if he's making naval base level 2. If we manage successfully to take down those coastal cities, Indonesia is ours. Later we move to Papua New Guinea and take down that victory site. So this is why Philippines has made it to my top 6 nations in the ranking of the top 10 nations in the Rising Tides map. Now it's the time to enter the top 5 nations that you should choose for a solo win in this game mode. In my top 5, of course, without no doubts, we are going to go for Japan. Japan, the huge island with 7 cities, the beautiful nation Japan. I love this position, I love this island, but only here we have one problem. we have a big Korea with 6 cities. In Rising Tides, Korea is united. North and South Korea both are in a huge nation with capital Seoul. In the other game modes, they are splitted. Two small nations, four cities, they don't really do a lot of harm. This is why Japan can take them both so quickly. But in this case, Korea is going to have 6 cities. It's not going to be a weak nation. So you have really to prepare a strategy to take down this nation. And this strategy is easy, it's not sophisticated, it doesn't require a lot of thinking. First thing, you keep your inventories in these 3 cities, because if he is aiming to attack you, he's going to start from Fukuoka and Hiroshima, and also Niigata, because it is your capital. You position your land armies in these cities, as I told you, and you prepare some corvettes from the beginning of the game to close all the intersections with Korea. If you do that, just declare war on him and wait for him to come. If you declare war against Korea, the first thing he is going to think about that you are coming to him, that you already attacked him with an air superiority fighter or something. So he will focus all of his efforts on you. Like that, he will send all of his armies to you. What have you done? You already closed all the intersections between you and him with corvettes. I think that he doesn't know that you still have corvettes, because, okay, he can see the naval bases level 2, but it's going to be so soon. Maybe he will gamble and say that you don't have corvettes there. So maybe he will send his infantry to the waters. He will be an easy fish. I always use this maneuver in these type of games. I really declare war like something like provocative. I wait for him till he comes, and later he will fall in my trap. This is a very, very good strategy that you can follow here with Japan, or you can just send all of your corvettes and bombard his coastal cities and close up on him in his landlocked naval blockade. That also can be very smart. In my 4th position now, I'm going for Australia. Of course, Australia is going to make it always in our top 10 ranking because of the huge island. Of course, it has 6 cities here, and we have a victory site close by in Papua New Guinea. The 2 neighbors of Australia are New Zealand and Papua New Guinea. Both are small, so we need to take them down very quickly. If we manage to take them down very quickly, it's going to be a huge bounty. 5 cities here, 5 cities here, and the victory site. It's going to be the best ever start for Australia in a 100 map game. It's going to give us a boost of economy. It's going to give us also a boost of points, and everyone will be afraid of the Australian island and the Australian empire. Top 3 now. In my 3rd place now, it's going to be Egypt. Egypt, my favorite nation of all. You saw in the last Battle Royale I played with Egypt what kind of army I made, what kind of strength I managed to make with this nation. It's going to be the Pharaoh's Empire. In the Pharaoh's Empire, we also have a victory site, and this victory site is safe because it's far from from other players. So we are going to be the first ones to reach to this victory site, and it's the most important victory site in this game because it's fuel. The fuel victory sites are very important because they boost up the fuel production, and in the Rising Tides map, you are going to always suffer from the lack of fuel. So here, it's going to be very important to have this victory site in Egypt. Also, we don't have Israel in this area. It's not a playable nation, so minus threats here. It's our first enemy, and of course, first threat is going to be Libya. So Libya here, we are going to take it down, and the Busaima complex. And of course, it's going to be a very good start for this game. Let's go to the top 2 now. Let's go to Latin America for the top 2, and it's going to be Patagonia. Some of you will ask me why Patagonia has made it to top 2 nations in the ranking. Why? It's only 5 cities, it's so far, it's so blah blah, it have a big neighbor which is Argentina. In all of the Rising Tides map I've ever played, Patagonia is always the first. I don't know why. Patagonia is always a very, very good nation in all of the games I played. So in one of my maps, I really tried to play with Patagonia. I said, okay, why is Patagonia Rising Tides map is always the first? Why? So I had to try to give this information for you guys. I had to try to give you this experience for you guys. I really saw that in all of the maps I've ever joined, that Argentina and Chile, they are going to engage in war. Here there are a lot of nations. You have Republic of La Plata, you have Bolivia, Chile and Argentina. All of these nations, they are going to collide in war very, very soon against each other. And this is where Patagonia is going to enter and is going to intervene. You are going to wait until these nations, they are going to eat each other, and you prepare two beautiful stacks of infantries. This is, we are speaking first 5 days in the game. You prepare two stacks of infantries and you try to take down everything up your north. You only go north, nothing, no east, no west, no south. You have only direction, go north and take down everything on your way. You just wait until Argentina and Chile attack each other. They are going to be exhausted, they are going to be well wrecked, and in this time you are going to enter with a healthy army. You can take them both very quickly. And believe me, if you manage to take down Argentina and Chile with Patagonia, look at your resources panel. It's going to be amazing, and you are going to take all of the South of America alone. And of course in South America you have one victory site here, the Rivelato victory site. Now my first nation in the ranking. My first nation in the ranking is going to be Greenland. This nation only exists in the Rising Tides map. We don't have Greenland in Overkill, we don't have Greenland in World War map, we don't have it in any other kind of maps. It only exists in the Rising Tides map. And look how beautiful is Greenland and the position here. It's amazing. Look at that, 5 cities, like this is 1, 2 nuke the capital, 3, 4 and 5 up the north, so far in the north. So here, why Greenland actually made it to my top 1, the first nation I really pleasure and I really enjoy. First of all, if you are going for a solo win, you need time to build some navy or armies or anything. You need time to have a reflection in the game. You need time to really choose your strategy of the gameplay and strategy of army. So Greenland is the best nation to do that. You are very far from any closer nation. Look here, your closest nation is going to be Quebec and Nunavut, and in Europe everyone is so far. Your closest one is Ireland, United Kingdom or Norway. Of course Norway, United Kingdom or Ireland, they are not going to think about coming to Greenland. They have bigger problems in Europe, so Europe is to forget there. So here we can think about Quebec and Nunavut. But you can actually think, you can actually really realize in the north of America there are like 10 nations. And in the Rising Tides map, maximum in one coalition you can have 3 nations. So here, minimum, we will have 3 coalitions in the north of America, 3 coalitions that are going to battle over this victory site, the victory site of Regina. So here you will have time to build your navy, you will have time to level up your arms industries for better resources production, and you can start targeting them one by one. You are going to be the one who attacks first. No one will come to you. You will be the one who attacks first. You will be the one who chooses his enemies. And my advice here to go first to Nunavut because he is up the north. You can start from here and go down to Canada. Like that, you can have all the north passing through Quebec, and of course you united up all of Canada up one flag, which is the flag of Greenland. So this is my top 10 nations for Rising Tides map. I hope you like it, guys. I hope you are convinced by my choice. And of course, give me your top 10 nations in the Rising Tides map in the comment section, and I will rate it from 1 to 10. Don't forget about that. Like this video, follow our YouTube channel, and of course, comment your top 10 nations, the Rising Tides map in this video. See you guys, and bye bye.